What's up, everyone? This is JoeSavy here to entertain the tens of fans. Here with
Vuvuzella.
Vuvuzella.
Bzzz.
Varr. Today we're talking about marine tank compositions with the idea or the focus being on air superiority. So in this case, I have Vikings, and Vuvuzela has an identical composition with the exception of the Medivacs. So right here, we're going to go into my vision and show how I'll whittle this army down slowly and but surely take it out.
Now this is pretty accurate because we all know medevacs are superior units.
Yes, yes we
So
do.
in game, I always get medevacs. I don't waste my time with silly things like Vikings. So
No, the
I'm
only
gonna prove you
way
wrong.
Vuvuzela could catch up to me because I have a reactor starport producing 2 Vikings at a time is to produce two reactor starports to produce 4 Vikings at a time, and that'll catch up eventually. But in this case, as we're about to engage, I am going to
Nonsense. I have
turn off
medevacs.
vision. There we go. Vision's off. Now I don't know where he's at. So he's going to
Okay,
spend a little bit of time setting up his units in whatever desirable position he wants it to be. And he's
you're
not going to A
going
move
down.
into me
I
at all.
has boost. I has boost, my friend. You're going down.
Yeah, alright. I'm waiting for it. Now, some of these battles will get kind of hectic, so I'm going to try to take it slow, and I think Vuvuzela will too. So,
Yeah, thank you. My
first, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was to say my computer's a little bit slow, so it's just
Okay. Now, first step, don't A move into a Terran army who has siege tanks, because they're probably going to be sieged up. So, what you need to do is you need to lead with the Vikings. Okay, so we scout siege tanks right there. Now, tanks with vision have a greater range than tanks without vision. Now make sure to hit hold position on your Marines. Okay, so I'm going to lead with the Vikings and slowly whittle away at the Medivacs and force him to run away. There you go. Now he's going to try to get vision, but he's just going to lose too many Medivacs. Let's go up here.
ouch. Ah,
Now it's a slow
no.
poke. You don't want to lead with your Marines, whatever you do. And you have to make very small adjustments. Now he's out of vision, and I have the advantage. That's why a lot of people don't like TVT. It's a slow-moving poke. And don't run your Vikings into his army, or else they're going to die. In fact, hit hold position on your Vikings so they don't follow into death. So again, slowly pushing up. And as his Marines poke up, they're all going to die to the siege tank splash. Like so. Let's hit hold again. And slowly poke up. Now you might want to split your Marines around so he doesn't try to do a medevac carpet bomb, even though most of his medevacs are alive. I mean dead, I mean. But in a regular game, he'll be able to macro behind it. So notice very small incremental pushes. Nothing big. Just about one space every single movement. Let's get 2 over here. And he's going to try to do it, but it didn't work out. Very slow, methodical. There you go. Try not to get caught out of position, but sometimes it happens.
I'm getting shelled right now, and I have no vision, so I'm basically just blind.
And I do.
And all I see is like Vikings in the shadows and shells hitting me, and I can't do anything.
You can't. You can't. You're totally screwed at this point because you opted for medevacs instead of Vikings. All right.
I
So
really wanted that boost, okay?
now we have like 2 tanks, and I can literally kill all of them without losing a tank. So he
Oh
can
my
go ahead and
gosh.
attack into it with his last group of Marines, but because I haven't lost any Marines, now I have a much bigger army, and I can A move into his.
Right. And it's pretty much
There
GG.
you go. That's
Yeah.
it.
So Vikings are better to get than medevacs, is what you're saying?
Much better. In fact, in the same composition, it's better to have Vikings than medevacs altogether as long as you protect your Marines. There's no point in having Marines if you're planning on fighting in the middle of the field the entire time. So,
I see.
did
You
I
mean
say there's
medevacs?
no point in having medevacs if you're planning to fight in the
Okay.
middle of the field the whole time. Um, if you're planning to drop all over the place and really be aggressive and super proactive about your play, then
Yeah.
yes, it's better to have medevacs to do drops and heal up and that kind of thing. But as long as you
Right.
keep your Marines behind your tanks and you don't overextend yourself and just run into siege fire, you'll actually be in
Right.
a pretty good position. So let's go ahead and
Right.
do that one more time. Same composition. And
So now I realize the folly of my decision here in getting only medevacs, and you're gonna torture me by making me repeat the same mistake again? Thank you,
that's what
okay.
happens when you erp derp on the Protoss side, alright?
You know, if I was toss, this wouldn't be an issue. I could get whatever I want, right?
That's your response.
There's no composition for
Uh-oh.
toss.
Bit overextended right there. Okay, so what you want to do with your Marines is sort of split them up among your siege tanks, but always be behind the tanks. Now he's going to gain some vision right here, but as his medevacs start slowly dying, and you don't lose your Vikings, his army will slowly whittle away. Now it'd be a good idea to move your Marines behind your tanks, but then you'll never be able to pick off the Vikings. Now he
Right.
could try to jump up and snipe my my Vikings, but it's impossible because
The tanks then come
yeah.
in. It's like I try to go one way and then you got me on the ground. I try to get the air, you got me on the, air. So it's like I
Now he's
can't
going to get
poke
a
around
couple
and do anything.
shots, but now all of his air vision is gone. And yes, he could use scans, but eventually scans run out as well.
Right.
So very slow, very methodical, until you get to the point where you can literally just A-move into his army.
Right.
Now I'm playing it careful. I could just fly over, see what he's got. He's got 2 tanks. Okay, unsiege everything. If you want, you can land your Vikings.
You
and
could,
then
yeah, you
literally
could even land your Vikings. It's done.
easy money.
And all because I decided to go with medevacs only.
It's all your fault. You totally screwed that one up, man.
I wanted healthcare for my Marines. Okay.
Well, I wanted to let my Marines suffer.
Well,
Sometimes it's
at the
better
end
to
of the
suffer
day,
than to be
at
healthy.
the end of the day, they're alive and mine's are dead. So I can't really say that they suffered more than mine.
Yeah, they suffered the pain, and they
Yeah.
endured. They
Yeah.
endured.
Well, I
Endured.
think at the very least, though, in a game, I could see getting like a couple medevacs just to do drops, but mostly having Vikings with the main army. It just
Yes.
makes more sense.
Well, the idea
Because
is
if
air
the other guy,
superiority because
yeah,
it will give you a vision advantage, is what I was going to say. So,
right, right.
and of
So
course, in a regular game, you'll be sieging and unsieging a lot more than I was, but still, that's the general idea of what you want to do.
and Vikings work so well with siege tanks because their range is it's incredibly far.
I think it's 9, or
Yeah,
yeah, I believe it's 9.
yeah,
Yeah. And siege tanks are 13, I believe.
yeah. It's a pretty brutal combo. I mean, it's just sniping left and right.
Yeah, tank siege range is 13, but I believe their vision is 11. So with the Viking giving the superior vision, they can hit that full 13 range.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it's 12 or
Powerful
13.
stuff.
I don't remember. But either way, thanks for watching, guys, and have a good night.
Bzzz.
Bah.